Hello and welcome to this week's Friday message. This week's theme is going to be centered around part of our strategic plan. The theme this week is about keeping our schools safe and drug-free. As you know, a few weeks ago we conducted a drug search at the high school and we brought in 7 K-9 units to search the building. We also searched book bags, we searched lockers, and we also did a sweep of the parking lots. We needed 7 K-9 units because the size of our building, 187,000 square feet, plus the parking lot, puts those dogs in sensory overload. And so it's important that we section off the buildings and the parking lots so that the dogs can fully function. The purpose of those drug searches are not necessarily to expel students, because that's not what we're here for. We're here to educate students and not expel them. But it's important to keep drugs out of our schools and to identify any of those students who may be going down the wrong path, because it's an opportunity for us as a school district to try to provide help and support to that student and family to get those kids to make good decisions. In addition, we would like to try to identify anyone who is distributing drugs in our schools and keeping our schools from being safe and drug-free. So this is an opportunity, parents, and hopefully you've had this opportunity to sit down with your students at home and have a conversation about the dangers of drugs and drug use. This is something that will be ongoing, and it is something that quite honestly will be just coordinated through this office and our law enforcement. To keep the fidelity of the integrity of the searches, it's important that very few people know when those searches are set. So they will come as total surprise, and they will come periodically. We will at some point also do searches in the middle school. And I will tell you that those people who've asked, do we think we have a drug problem? I would answer it this way. I think drugs are prevalent in every school district, and any school district that is not telling you that is probably lying to you. Unfortunately, drugs do exist in our society, and for instance, marijuana is becoming more accepted. Unfortunately, it's still an illegal drug here in the state of Ohio. That presents challenges to us. And so we're going to continue to fight and try to continue to educate our students, but also trying to keep those drugs out of our school. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to call or stop in my office and ask the questions. I try to make myself as accessible as possible at our coffees throughout the community. Please don't hesitate if you have questions. But this is a serious topic, and it's one that we take seriously. And I think it's one of those topics that sometimes you need a little springboard to have that conversation at home, and hopefully this has provided you that opportunity. So again, the purpose of those searches are to keep our schools safe. We also concluded our testing for the past 2 weeks. Our students have been testing, as you know, and I want to congratulate and give a shout out to our students who did a really good job for the past 2 weeks, and I also want to thank our staff for the time and effort they took to administer those tests. And as always, Bobcat proud.